Let's assess the Chicago Bears season at the bye week. Technically, week 13 is over as we're heading to week 14, but the Bears did have a bye week, and obviously they did not play. And so they're sitting at a record 4-8. Let's talk about the season overall thus far and with the remaining 5 games left. So what is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports All back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Please make sure you hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video and you're following me on my social media platforms. All right, so guys, the Bears are 4-8, right, at the bye week through 12 weeks or 13 weeks. And the 4 wins that they've had have come against the Commanders, the Raiders, the Panthers, and the Vikings, okay? Now, the losses, there's 8 of them. They have come at the hands of the Packers, the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Vikings, Chargers, Saints, and Lions. Now, I will say the 2 losses in there that hurt the most certainly are the Broncos, which you lost by 3, and then the Lions, which you lost by completely choking that game away. So we are talking about, and I mentioned this before, a Bears team that right now is 4-8 and could easily be 6-6 if they just did not choke and got the job done. Now you could say, hey Faiz, what if I take away some of the wins? Well, I got to tell you, we beat the Commanders pretty handily. We beat the Raiders pretty handily. Panthers was a decent win. And then the Vikings was the close one. But I got to tell you, like, they turned the football over in that game so many times, like we deserve to win that game. So I really don't think you can take away any of their wins and be like, oh, they could have lost these. They were pretty solid in terms of the victories and the margin, if you will. So the losses, yeah, they do hurt. Like I said, you could have been 6-6 right now, and it would have been a whole different ball game in terms of, maybe making the postseason and going from there. Now, there's 5 games remaining for the Chicago Bears, and technically speaking, they could still finish 9-8, technically. So as far as kind of, the season thus far from the expectations, it went from, it was pretty disastrous because the Bears did not take a step ahead to, hey, we're making progress. All right, so on an overall level, it went from the season's terrible because we started 0-4, but then they clawed their way back 4-4 over the last 8 games. And going into this year, the Bears, I projected them to be, and a lot of people did, a 7-10 win team. And they could still realistically hit that mark. So overall, we're pretty much right where the Bears are expected to be, right? If they win, 3 more games, you're at a 7-win team, 7-10. If they win more than that, great. Again, if they lose out, then it's a terrible season and you're, 4-13. I don't expect that to happen, but, we'll see. And so overall, thus far, just through the bye week, we're not even talking about the remaining games, just through the bye week, the Bears are, I would say, disappointing. Slightly disappointing. They should be hovering around 500. That's where you expect them to be. As far as the players themselves, Justin Fields has had progress, but it hasn't been enough because certainly if he was, already pinned the franchise quarterback, we wouldn't be talking about drafting another quarterback and this and that. We'd be talking about, hey, even if we get the number 1 pick, you're trading it, you're getting a boatload of draft picks and going from there. He has improved his numbers, but he also got hurt. And so Justin Fields has made some strides, but it just hasn't been enough for me. So that's where I kind of stand with QB1. Still, I'm a big Justin Fields guy, but, him getting hurt, that part sucked, missing time. And then also the fact is that I wish he made a little bit more progress in terms of what we needed from him. As far as the other players, DJ Moore's been a revelation. He's been incredible, already 1,000 yards receiving. He is a bona fide stud, absolute superstar, and we need to keep him on the team for years to come. Nothing else needs to be said about DJ Moore. Cole Kmet has quietly turned into an excellent tight end, and to me, he is worthy of that contract extension we gave him, and I'm very comfortable with Cole Kmet as being the guy moving forward. As far as the rest of the guys, the running back room, it's been, kind of up and down here. Roschon Johnson has shown flashes. Dante Foreman I've been very impressed with. Khalil Herbert's been a bit disappointing, obviously, missed a lot of time with that injury. The rest of the wide receiver room, we really need a wide receiver too, man. Darnell Mooney just hasn't gotten the job done. I don't know if him and Fields just not on the same page or what the case may be, or even a wide receiver 3 spot. Behind DJ Moore, the receiving core, we're not talking about Cole Kmet because he's a tight end, technically the number 2 option, behind Moore, as far as receivers, it's been severely lacking. So I'd like to get that addressed in the offseason, in free agency, whatever the case may be. Let's get some more weapons there for Fields, or if it is another quarterback. Now, as far as the defense, started out terrible, very porous, and then they really started to catch their stride in the last few weeks. I'll give kudos to Matt Eberflus when I need to, and this time I will. He has been, getting this defense to play better. I think got a lot of takeaways. Montez Sweat has been fantastic for them. Jalen Johnson's been incredible. The secondary's been making plays, and so I like some of the pieces on the defense. Andrew Billings, worthy of that contract extension we gave him. Our rookies are starting to play well. Javon Dexter, guys like that. And so the defense is improving, and the defense certainly is getting better. You just got to keep building and keep adding to this defense. And then as far as the offensive line, Darnell Wright's been a stud. I think it's been a home run pick for us in the first round. And then, the center spot's really the one spot on the team on the offensive line where we need a severe upgrade there. The rest of the offensive line, I feel like with Tevin Jenkins, with Braxton Jones, with Nate Davis, I feel pretty solid about. Yeah, certainly you could have some upgrades here and there, but the center spot's the biggest one. All right, so that needs to improve for sure. All right, so to me, that's kind of where we stand here in terms of the season. And then we got to get to the coaches. I've not been happy with the coaching staff. Neither have you guys, and we all know that. Luke Getsy's been underwhelming. Matt Eberflus has been very underwhelming. I'd like a new coaching staff after this year ends. Whether or not that comes with a new quarterback, we'll see about that. But that's kind of the state of affairs here, is that coaching has been terrible. The Bears have improved, yes. Offense has, been a little bit better, but needs to play better. The defense has been very solid lately, but 4-8 is just not good enough. We were supposed to make an improvement, and yeah, we had 3 wins last year. We have 4 now, but that's just not good enough. You should have been like 6-6 at this point. That would have been a much more of a success of a season. So again, we still have 5 games left. The season's not over yet, but at the halfway point, that's kind of where I'm at with the Chicago Bears at the bye week. So let me know what you guys think here. What are your thoughts and kind of expectations of how the Bears have been through, the first 12 games? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, as always.